look at this types of ratios. Okay, so we first did balance sheet ratios. So these are all the 6 balance sheet ratios. Then we did this 6 revenue ratios. And then if you look past 2 lectures, the sums which I have picked up, obviously because they are the most probable questions to be asked in exam. So if you look at that, you have a balance sheet also, you have a P&L also. You have to calculate some mixed ratios. And those mixed ratios are known as combined ratios. See, I very well written also over here. Combined ratios is what? Balance sheet plus P&L. Okay. Past 2 lectures, the sum which I had taken, there is a balance sheet. There is some information of P&L, or there is a balance sheet and there is a P&L account also. Okay, so these are those mixed ratios. So what are combined ratios? So ये जितने भी 8 ratios है, combined ratios. Okay, return on investments, also known as capital employed ratio. Then return on shareholders funds, also known as return on proprietors fund. Then return on equity share capital. Then dividend payout ratio, debt service ratio, debt service coverage ratio, debtors turnover and velocity ratio, creditors turnover and velocity ratio. Actually, debtors and creditors velocity ratio, if you look into, मेरे पास stock ratio कहाँ था? Yeah, see this stock turnover ratio. Okay, now few textbooks put stock turnover ratio here in combined ratio. But अगर आप formula देखो stock turnover ratio का, so the formula is what? It is COGS upon average stock. Okay, like this. COGS तो आपको P&L से मिलता है. And average stock is opening stock plus closing stock. So opening and closing stock you get in trading account only. Okay, so it is very, तो उसका numerator denominator दोनों revenues statement से आता है. That is why it is categorized under revenue ratios. Okay, but few textbooks do put stock turnover ratio here in combined ratios. Why? Because debtors turnover, creditors turnover is covered there, so they take stock turnover also there. But stock turnover ratio is a part of what you call revenue ratios, because उसका numerator denominator दोनों revenue statement से आता है. Okay, from P&L account only you get it. ठीक है, so what are balance sheet ratios? Where the numerator denominator is from balance sheet. Revenue ratios, numerator denominator is from revenue statement. Okay, and what are combined ratios? जिसका numerator or denominator, numerator is from balance sheet or P&L account, or either the denominator is from balance sheet or P&L account. मतलब either of the one. अगर numerator P&L में है तो उसका denominator balance sheet में होगा. अगर उसका numerator balance sheet से है तो उसका denominator P&L में होगा. That is why they are known as combined ratios. Am I clear? Acknowledge it in the chat box. Is it clear what did I say right now? Okay. Yeah. So these are combined ratios where either the numerator or the denominator will be vice versa. Okay. Yeah. Here we are about the combined ratios. Yeah. Starting with first. Okay, so these are called as composite ratios or combined ratios. Okay, the first is ROI, return on investments, or return on capital employed. Both are same. Okay, they're two same meaning but different usage of terminologies. ROI or ROCE. Okay, so return on investment, return matlab profit. Okay, yeah. So when I talk about return on investments, I am talking about, just a minute. It's freezing today. It's fine. So when I say about returns means I'm talking about profits from the businessman's point of view. So ROI, return on investment, matlab, it explains the relationship between net profit before interest and taxes. Okay, why? Because First, I should know what is the available profit with me, and after that, I should decide how much returns I will give to my shareholders. Okay. So return on investment. So it measures the relationship between net profit before interest and taxes and capital employed. So if you look into the formula there, तो formula भी तुम्हारा वैसा ही है. Okay. NPBIT, net profit, I mean the meaning itself is the formula. See, the meaning of the ratio, that is the relationship between net profit before interest and taxes and capital employed to earn it. Okay, so that is the formula. NPBIT upon CE, capital employed into 100. So देखो, इसका जो numerator है, that is from revenue statements. और इसका जो डिनोमिनेटर है कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड कहाँ से मिलता है? बैलेंस शीट से मिलता है. सो सी, न्यूमरेटर इज फ्रॉम रेवेन्यू and the denominator is from balance sheet. That is what I said, combined ratios or composite ratios. Either of the one figures will be in balance sheet and one will be in revenue. ठीक है? Yeah. So what is the purpose behind calculating this, what is the purpose behind calculating this ratio? The purpose behind calculating this ratio is the purpose behind calculating this ratio is to know the overall profitability, okay, on the overall profit that is available to the owners and the lenders. Okay, how much profit am I able to share with my shareholders? Return on investments. It helps to judge how efficiently the company is managing the funds at its disposal. Obviously, agar mera NPBIT is 5 crores. After this, I have to pay interest. Interest on what? Interest on say debentures, interest on say bank loan if I have taken all that. Then I will pay my taxes. फिर जो बच गया net profit after tax. उसके बाद I will pay dividend to the shareholders. फिर जो पैसा बच गया उसके बाद मैं appropriations reserve side में रखूंगी. Okay, so this is the reason why return on investment is calculated. Okay, yeah, it helps you to know how much funds is there at your disposal और उसके बाद what you can do in the business. Okay, then return on proprietors fund or shareholders funds. So the definition is, definition says it shows the relationship between profits and investments by the proprietors in the company. So see, the numerator is what? NPAT. I told you ना, जब आप proprietors मतलब shareholders के लिए calculate कर रहे हो तो it is always net profit after taxes. Okay, yeah. और lenders के लिए calculate कर रहे हो, lenders कौन होते हैं? जिन्होंने हमें लोन दिया है, जिनसे हमने लोन लिया है. जैसे if I have taken debentures of other company, okay, so I am liable to pay to them. Okay, so I have taken loan from them. To return on investments for them we are calculating. Okay, so for that it will be NPBIT, but if I am paying to the shareholders it will be NPAT. Okay, next. So these minute details, just remember. Okay. Are you also able to see the freeze screen? I mean, when it's freezing? I guess there is some issues today with OneNote. Generally, it doesn't freeze. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. It's from moving only today. That's probably. Okay. Next. Yeah. Yeah. The purpose behind calculating this is from here. Yeah. So the purpose behind calculating proprietor's return is how much funds are available by the owners. Okay. ऊपर वाले में क्या था? ROI में available to the owners and lenders. Lenders मतलब debentures जिससे हमने लिया है. Okay, the debenture holders. और next वाले में after paying net profit after taxes. After that, now for this ratio, what is that? Total funds available to the owners. That's it. Lenders नहीं. Lenders is for ROI. ओनर्स एंड लेंडर्स इज फॉर ROI. आई जस्ट शोड यू द कैलकुलेशन. अगर मेरे पास 5 CR का NPBIT है, नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर इंटरेस्ट एंड टैक्सेस, देन आई विल फर्स्ट पे इंटरेस्ट. इंटरेस्ट किसका? इंटरेस्ट टू द डिबेंचर होल्डर्स, इंटरेस्ट टू द बैंक पीपल. अगर मैंने उनसे लोन लिया है बैंक से, तो आई विल पे इंटरेस्ट टू देम. डिबेंचर्स लिए है, तो आई विल पे इंटरेस्ट टू द डिबेंचर होल्डर्स. ओके, एंड जो पैसा बच गया, फिर उसके बाद मैं टैक्सेस भरूंगी. फिर नेट प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स, जो नेट प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स है, देन आई विल पे डिविडेंड टू द शेयर होल्डर्स. फिर उसके बाद जो पैसा बचेगा, आई विल यूज इट एज रिजर्व्स टू कीप इट असाइड. ओके, सो दिस इज व्हाट return on investment. It helps me to know how much funds is available by me, for me, I mean to the owners and to the lenders. And for a return on proprietors fund, lenders word हट जाएगा. It will be only for the purpose of owners. Okay, yeah. Next, ROEC. So minute terminologies का ही difference है. पूरा definition same है, बस एक word वहाँ ऊपर नहीं है और नीचे है, ऐसा रहता है. Okay, yeah. So ROI में the definition is same. The purpose is also same. Owners and lenders. And for return on proprietors fund, lenders word हट जाएगा, only for owners, like this. Okay. Then ROEC, return on equity capital. Okay, return on equity capital. So obviously the formula will be profits available to equity shareholders. So ये देखो, ये जो मेरा न्यूमरेटर है, ये रेवेन्यू स्टेटमेंट से मिलता है, और इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स फंड, ये जो मेरा डिनोमिनेटर है, ये बैलेंस शीट से मिलता है. ओके, कॉम्पोजिट रेशियो, एक बैलेंस शीट, एक रेवेन्यू से आएगा. ठीक है. Obviously, it explains the relationship between profits and equity shareholders funds in the company. Okay, so this obviously this ratio will help us to calculate the profit available to the equity shareholders. मतलब कितना dividend I will pay to only the equity shareholders. Okay, yeah. And when I'm talking about return on proprietors fund, then I'm talking, when I say proprietor, उसमें equity और preference दोनों आता है. Okay, preference shareholders को कितना dividend मिलेगा, equity shareholders को कितना dividend मिलेगा. But when I'm talking about the third ratio, return on equity capital, so I am only talking about how much dividend I'll pay to the equity shareholders. Okay, so see the difference. ROI talks about return to owners and lenders. Return on capital, return on proprietors funds talks about only dividend to be shared with the what do you call proprietors, matlab the equity and the preference share capital holders. And ROEC talks about return that you are going to pay only to the equity shareholders. Okay, so thoda difference hai. Okay, and one more thing, yeah. This ROEC, return on equity capital, this also helps you to know whether, I mean, it is useful for present and prospective investors. Prospective means future, if anybody is planning to purchase my company shares. Prospective. Okay, for deciding whether to purchase, keep, or to sell the equity shares. So these all decisions are taken on the basis of this ratio, ROEC ratio, return on equity capital. Okay. Then dividend payout ratio. Okay, obviously with the word dividend payout means how much dividend you are paying out. It is easy. Dividend paid to equity shareholders upon profit available to the equity shareholders. Okay, so it explains the relationship between dividend paid to equity shareholders out of the available profits of the company. Okay, yeah. और वो भी किसको, available profits to the equity shareholders. Okay, and yeah, students, now listen. ये जो डिनोमिनेटर है ना, या प्रॉफिट्स अवेलेबल टू इक्विटी शेयरहोल्डर्स, इसको कैलकुलेट करने का भी एक वे आउट है. ओके, दैट आई विल डिस्कस व्हेन आई एम डूइंग द सम विद यू. ओके, सो द पर्पस ऑफ दिस रेशियो, डिविडेंड पे आउट रेशियो, इज व्हाट? Yeah, it explains the relationship between profits and the claims to the outsiders to be paid out of such profits. Okay, it measures the dividend paying capacity of the company. Okay, see, I'll explain you this. Dividend paying capacity of the company क्या होता है? अभी देखो, अगर सपोज तुम्हारा आंसर आता है डिविडेंड पे आउट रेशियो, सी आई हैव रिटन हियर आल्सो दिस एग्जांपल 30%. ओके, तो आपका अगर इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर फेस वैल्यू कितना है, 100 रुपया, तो इसका ये मतलब होता है कि 30 रुपया डिविडेंड उसको मिलेगा. अंडरस्टूड? 100 रुपया अगर इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स का फेस वैल्यू है और डिविडेंड पे आउट रेशियो मेरी कंपनी का है 30%, इसका मतलब है अगर मैंने 100 रुपए का एक शेयर खरीदा तो उसके रिटर्न में मुझे 30 रुपया डिविडेंड मिलेगा। समझ में आया? या तो इसका बाकी का 70 रुपीज का क्या होगा? बाकी का 70 रुपीज विल बी ट्रांसफर टू रिजर्व्स। समझ में आया? हाँ, इट मीन्स दैट ओके। तो डिविडेंड पे आउट रेशियो इंडिकेट्स दिस। 30% dividend payout ratio means 30% will be paid to the what you call to the shareholders as dividend, और बाकी का जो 70% profits बच गया है that will be transferred to reserves, appropriations जिसको हम बोलते हैं। Okay, yeah. Then fifth one, debt service ratio, NPBIT upon interest. It shows the relationship between net profits and interest payable. Okay, when do you pay interest? When you take loan. Yeah. Also known as interest coverage ratio. Okay, debt service ratio का दूसरा नाम है interest coverage ratio. Okay, so I have given an example also here. Yeah, so if my debt service ratio, if suppose the final answer is 5 times after applying the formula, it means 5 times. So earnings are 5 times the interest. Earnings are 5 times the interest. इसका क्या मतलब होता है? अगर मैंने 5 लाख का लोन लिया है, okay, if my loan is 5 lakhs, so I am earning 5 times. So obviously अगर मैं लोन ले रही हूँ 5 लाख का and I am able to earn 5 times, I am able to make money 5 times of it, so it is very good sign ना, बहुत अच्छी बात है। I am able to pay, मतलब whatever interest I am paying उसका 5 times I am earning. So if I am paying an interest of say every month 50,000 rupees I am paying interest, okay, that means I am earning 5 times. So 50,000 का 5 times कितना होता है? 2.5 लाख रुपया। हर महीना मैं 2.5 लाख रुपया कमा रही हूँ, it's my earnings. Out of that I am able to pay you 50,000. Okay, so it's a good ratio actually. Earnings are 5 times than the interest. ओके, इसका ये मीनिंग होता है। आई हैव एक्सप्लेन दैट। ओके, तो 5 टाइम्स मतलब तो 1/5 हुआ ना। 2.5 लाख का 2.5 लाख मैं कमा रही हूँ, उसमें से 50,000 आई एम पेइंग, मतलब 1/5 आई एम पेइंग टू यू। ओके, 1/5 ही मेरे जेब से जा रहा है, तो बाकी का जो बच गया 4/5 वो कहाँ जाएगा? टैक्सेस पे करने में जाएगा, डिविडेंड पे करने में जाएगा, रिजर्व्स साइड में अप्रोप्रिएशंस के लिए वो पैसा जाएगा। ओके, इट मींस दैट। ओके, सी बैलेंस 4/5 is available for taxes payment and appropriations. Debt service coverage ratio, ये सब टेक्निकल टर्म्स है। ओके, कैश प्रॉफिट्स available for debt servicing upon interest plus installments due on loans. See, I've explained this with an example, just try and understand this. Profit after interest and taxes is 2,50,000, is 2,50,000, 25,000, sorry, just a minute. Yeah, and interest payable is how much? 25,000. Depreciation is 15,000. Loan installment payable during the year is 1,45,000. Okay, so when you apply the formula, cash profits available for debt servicing, and how do you get that? You have to add these 3 figures: 1, 2, 3. Profit after interest and tax, interest payable, and depreciation. Okay, upon interest plus loan installment. So say my answer is coming 1.7. 1.7 कितना होता है? If you take it to the nearest amount, it is 2 times. Okay, 2 times. So cash earnings, I mean, it indicates that what do you call it? 2 times the interest, the cash earnings are 2 times the interest and installment amount. So whatever you are earning, uska 1/2. Okay, 1/2. 1.7 matlab if you round off, it will come to 2. So 2 indicates 1/2. Okay, it goes to paying off interest and installments. So baki jo bach gaya, balance half, it is available for rights of appropriations and all that. Okay, yeah, ये थोड़ा टेक्निकल रेशियो है। yeah. Okay. And then yeah, ये तो हमने किया हुआ है, debtors turnover ratio and creditors turnover ratio. This we have done. See, I told you, no? It is average debtors plus bills receivable. Okay. And whenever you calculate debtors turnover, you should always calculate velocity. Same is for creditors. Credit purchase. There it is credit sales. Here it is credit purchase. There it is bills pay, bills receivable and debtors. Here it is creditors and bills payable. Okay. Same. Here also you will have to calculate velocity. ये जो वेलोसिटी होगी ये पेमेंट के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से होगी. क्रेडिटर्स वो होते हैं जिनको हम पैसा देते हैं, डेटर्स वो होते हैं जिसे हम पैसा देते हैं. ओके, राइट. Yeah. Balance sheet of Good Luck Limited, 31st March 2017. Okay. So balance sheet is given and they have given you P&L ka some little what information. Okay, a little bit information. Okay, now see what information this is. This is all balance sheet ratios asked to you, but इसके साथ देखो कुछ नया ये है, debtors turnover ratio. ये हमने नहीं किया है. Okay, 360 days in a year, they have told you to assume. You are supposed to calculate asset test ratio. I hope you know what is asset test ratio. Yeah, quick ratio. You have to calculate quick ratio. Capital gearing ratio, so this we have been doing. Fine. Debt equity ratio, debt service ratio means debt equity. And last, return on proprietors fund. ठीक है, प्लीज जरा ट्विस्टेड है. नेट सेल्स आपको दिया है, सी नेट सेल्स 240 lakhs. Okay. Net profit before interest and taxes 65 lakhs and net profit after taxes 40. Okay, net profit after tax means this is my NPAT. Okay, see, the net profit after tax should match with this. See, balance sheet में P&L कितना है 40 और यहाँ कितना है net profit after tax 40. It has to be same. Okay, yeah. So let us first calculate which ratio? Asset test ratio, that is quick ratio. Okay, so write it down. ये ऐसे ट्रिकी सम्स आते हैं एग्जाम में. क्विक रेशियो और एसिड टेस्ट रेशियो. Okay, so the formula is current assets, quick assets upon quick liability. Okay, and first I need to calculate my quick assets. Let me have a highlight about it. Quick assets. Okay, stock, this is non-quick. Debtors, this is quick. And cash at bank, this is quick. Okay, और ये दोनों current assets भी है और ये भी current asset है. Okay, so write down debtors plus cash at bank. Okay, okay students, yeah. Debtors and cash item. So 60 plus 30. This is in lakhs, huh? So it means 60 lakhs. 30 means 30 lakhs. They have already said figures are in lakhs. So it makes it to 90. Let us calculate quick liability. Quick liability mein I have creditors, provision for tax. That's it. Okay, and both are current liability also. So 20 and 80. Liability may have provision for tax and creditors. Provision for taxes. Provision for taxes 20 lakhs and creditors is 80 lakhs. So 20 lakhs and next 80 lakhs. So that makes it to 100 lakhs. 100 lakhs means 1 crore. Okay. कभी कंफ्यूजन होना इन सब कैलकुलेशंस में तो कैसे करने का लाइक 60 lakhs बोला है ना, figures are in lakhs बोला and they have written just 60. So 60 into multiply with 1 lakh. See, automatically you will get 60 lakhs. Okay, yeah. Same way. 20 plus 80 is what? 100. So 100 lakhs. So calci pe how will you write 100 lakhs? Calci pe write 100 and multiply it with 1 lakh. See, it automatically takes it as 1 CR, 1 crore. Okay, that is the best way to do it. Okay, that's it. Just substitute it here. 90 lakhs divided by 100 lakhs. Divide and see 90 divided by 100. Okay, 0.9. So the answer is 0.90 is to 1. So just box the final answer. Okay. Someone just take the screenshot of the participants. Yeah. And then after the lectures, just forward it to me. Okay. Send it to me, huh? After the lecture. Okay, Vipul is there. Okay, fine. Next क्या है? Debtors turnover ratio. Okay. आज हमने किया था एक स्टॉक टर्नओवर रेशियो, याद है? हाँ, दिस इज डेटर्स टर्नओवर रेशियो. इट इज सिमिलर टू दैट. फॉर्मूला सिमिलर है. आई विल शो यू हाउ. ओके, व्हाट वाज स्टॉक टर्नओवर रेशियो? स्टॉक टर्नओवर रेशियो क्या था? COGS डिवाइड बाय एवरेज स्टॉक. दिस वाज द फॉर्मूला. या करेक्ट. तो डेटर्स represents what? Debtors represents credit sales. So debtors turnover will have in the numerator credit sales divide by average debtors. This is the formula. Okay, it is similar to stock turnover. Okay, so let me see credit sales. देखते हैं क्रेडिट सेल्स अपने पास है क्या, अपने पास नहीं है बट अपने पास डेटर्स है ना, वी हैव द इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट डेटर्स राइट. क्रेडिट सेल्स या दिया हुआ है नीचे, हाउ मच, 240, 240 lakhs. So write it here. 240 lakhs. Okay, divide by average debtors. Average debtors आप कैसे निकालोगे? Yeah. Opening debtors plus closing debtors divide by 2. This is the formula. Okay? Yeah. But we don't have opening debtors. We just have closing balance sheet. मतलब we have closing debtors. ये जो 60 है, this is closing debtors. Okay? So what will happen? In absence of information, we'll assume closing debtors is equal to average debtors. Okay? So I'm writing a note here for your reference. Some minute details are very important. Note, in absence of information, assume closing debtors equal to average debtors. Okay, ये भूलना मत. Okay, so I will take this as 60 lakhs. So 240 divided by 60, my answer is 4 times. Okay, 4 times. Okay. So क्या meaning होता है? Let us see. So today morning also I told you when you're calculating stock turnover, also calculate stock velocity. Similarly, when you're calculating debtors turnover, also calculate debtors velocity. Velocity means speed. Formula 1 upon 1 upon debtors turnover ratio into, if I want my answer in days, 365 days, in months, then 12 months, and in weeks, then 52 weeks. So 1 upon 4 into 365 or 12 or 52. So 365 divided by 4, 91.2, my God. So that is 91 days. Next, this is 3 months. Next, this is 13 weeks. Okay? Yeah. तो ये है स्पीड. सो आपका पैसा डेटर्स से कितने डेज में आता है? ऑलमोस्ट 91 डेज में, मतलब 3 महीने में आता है. स्लो है. ठीक है, इसका ये मतलब होता है डेटर्स टर्नओवर रेशियो. मतलब आपने जो क्रेडिट सेल्स किया है डेटर्स को, उसका पैसा कितने दिन में आता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड डेटर्स टर्नओवर रेशियो. 4 टाइम्स इन अ ईयर मतलब डिवाइड बाय 12 कर. सो लेट अस बिगिन विद total debtors turnover ratio we have done. Okay, this one. So acid test ratio, that is the quick ratio, that is done by us. Okay, debtors turnover is done, and they had given, you have to assume 360 days. Okay, for debtors turnover, then I need to change this one. In absence of information, it is 365. अगर क्वेश्चन में बोला है take 360, then I'm changing this. Okay, understood? And whenever you calculate debtors turnover ratio, you have to calculate this velocity. Do I
by default you have to calculate, and वैसे भी you have to calculate because यहाँ पे बोला है 360 days in a year. So when debtors turnover ratio के सामने they give you 360 days in a year or assume 200 days in a year, it is given for calculating velocity. So by default when you're calculating debtors turnover, you have to calculate debtors velocity also. Okay, यहाँ पे दिया 360 तो हम 360 लेंगे, otherwise like earlier before what I took, I had taken it 365. Okay, so 360 divided by 4 is 90. So see, एक दिन का ही फर्क आ रहा है, 90 days. So I'm just changing this. Okay. So I'll change 360. Right. Now let us come to the next part, which is asked as capital gearing ratio. See the third one. Okay, so let us calculate this capital gearing. So write on this capital gearing ratio, preference share capital plus borrowed funds divided by equity shareholders fund. Okay, whenever I say equity shareholders fund, it is different from shareholders fund. Okay, yeah. When I say shareholders funds, उसमें preference share capital, equity share capital दोनों आता है. But when I say only equity shareholders funds, उसमें सिर्फ equity shareholders आता है. Okay, yeah. So see, that is why I've made it very specific. I've highlighted it also. Equity share capital plus reserves and surplus plus. इसमें ना reserves and surplus में there are two things in this question. Yeah. Here. Okay. These both comes under the category of reserves and surplus. So I've added them here. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you the question. Yeah. Reserves and surplus भी है and PNL भी है. तो दोनों will go under the category of reserves and surplus only. Okay, so you're going to take both. Okay, 90 and 40. So 1 lakh 50, 150 lakhs. See, this is a better way of writing rather to avoid zeros, right? Like this 150 lakhs. Figures are in lakhs. Okay. So 150 plus 90 plus 40. No need to put zeros. Just write 280 and put lakhs. Okay. So my preference share capital is how much? Check the question. Yeah, my preference share capital is 80 lakhs. Okay. And my loan funds, debentures is 50 lakhs. Okay. So ये मेरा preference share capital है, and this is my borrowed funds, also known as loan funds, also known as owed funds. Okay. So 80 plus 50 is 130. So 130 divided by 280 is how much? 0.464. Make it 0.46 is to 1. Okay. So P&L ratios, generally they ask you a mix of everything. Yeah, they will not give you P&L ratios, will not be asked that easily कि एक P&L account दे दिया and tell you to find all the ratios. No, they mix match it with some other ratios also. See, then debt service ratio. Debt service ratio is to know the interest element. Debt service ratio. Okay, debt service ratio is to know the interest element. How many times interest on your borrowed funds you are paying. Okay, yeah. So net profit before interest and taxes divided by the interest element. Which interest element I'm talking about? I'm talking about the interest element which I am paying on my borrowed funds. Okay, so this denominator interest indicates interest paid on borrowed funds. Okay, yeah. So in this question, here they go. ये दिया है प्रॉफिट बिफोर इंटरेस्ट एंड टैक्स. ओके, इसको बोलते हैं नेट प्रॉफिट बिफोर इंटरेस्ट एंड टैक्स, NPBIT. ओके, अपॉन इंटरेस्ट, हाउ मच इज माय डिबेंचर्स? 50 lakhs. 50 lakhs पे इंटरेस्ट एलिमेंट कितना है? ओनली 10%. ओके, तो 50 lakhs का 10% is how much? 5 lakhs you're paying interest, okay, on your borrowed funds. ये yearly है obviously. See, NPBIT, net profit before interest and taxes, upon interest. Which interest? Interest that you have paid for the borrowed funds. So 50 lakhs is my debentures, उस पे 10% I'm paying. Okay, so 5 lakhs. So 65 lakhs divided by 5 lakhs. So 13 times in a year. Next, return on proprietor's fund or shareholders' funds. Return means, what are we calculating? Their earnings, right? Yeah. So net profit after tax divided by shareholders' funds into 100. Okay. So net profit after tax, yes, it's given in PAT here. See, net profit after tax is how much? 40. Okay. Proprietor shareholder लिखो, proprietors fund लिखो, या इधर नीचे shareholders fund लिखो, it's one and the same. Okay. Just make a note of this. Shareholders funds. Yeah, you'll have to calculate that. How are you going to calculate? This way. Okay, equity share capital, preference, then reserves and surplus, and miscellaneous expenditure. Okay. Let me check. Miscellaneous expenditure तो नहीं था sir. Yeah, it's not there. Miscellaneous expenditure will be here, asset side में. इधर होगा. Okay, not there. So equity share capital is how much? 50. Okay. My equity share capital. Okay. Preference is also given. ये रहा मेरा reserves and surplus 90 and 40 both. This one. Okay. So without making vertical statement, you have to calculate this. Okay, I have told you, जब तक question में बोला नहीं है, don't prepare a vertical financial statement. Without that, you have to calculate this ratios, so you have to show these breakups. Okay, make a note of this. Yeah, Harshita, I only kept it off. Hmm. I wanted you all to by the time copy this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So when they tell you in exam figures are in lakhs, you are supposed to write it like this. Why do they do that? So that to avoid zeros, obviously. See, liabilities, assets, see, they have already written figures, your rupees in lakhs. So this is how you should write. Okay? Okay, so ये जो capital gearing ratio था and this debt service ratio, okay, yeah, ये थोड़े logical ratios हैं. I mean, differs from sum to sum. अब जैसे इधर borrowed funds में I had only debentures. So if I have loan, bank loan, then that will also come into picture. Okay, yeah. So this completes the sum.